Hello everyone! First off, thank you so much for clicking on this video. But before we get on with it today, I would like to announce something really special. I have opened up a Patreon site. We've got 3 tiers to choose from: the Village Helper, the Village Supporter, and if you're big ballin', the Elite tier. If you guys would like more details on the benefits each tier gives, be sure to check it out at the link in the description below. Now, on with the video. The current year is 2022.
I don't got nothing to live for.
I'm out here living my best life.
Money! Money in the bank, folks!
Me from my little baby days would have never imagined being where I am now. Finally getting to do what I've always wanted to. Make YouTube videos.
Hello people, today I'm going to show you how to download music on your iPod Touch, iPad or iPhone.
But never would I have thought that one game would change the course of my entire channel. Today, we're going to be looking into the history of VRChat. Anyway, Sleepy, thank you for coming to my show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for coming to my show in the world that I
YouTuber.
created. Yes, sir. That's why it says twice down here. Okay, though. What did you do today?
Well, I slept until like 1 p.m. and then I just...
You just woke up, no?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. What happened to my body, bro? Why do I look like this? Alright, let me raise a chair up so I can wiggle my feet.
Wiggle
Alright.
your little toes, your little
Okay, don't be
dogs.
weird. Shut the hell. Damn, did you shower?
That was my plan.
What year did you start playing VRChat?
I unfortunately started in 2017 when the whole hype of the Uganda Knuckles craze began.
Welcome to my mind, yeah!
Is that how you found VRChat? You sort of just like saw Uganda Knuckles online. You're like, damn, this game looks like ass, bro. Let me start playing it.
Yeah, I saw Uganda Knuckles for the first time, and then on top of that, I saw all the rest of the crazes, like the whole cat band thing that was also happening around the same
Oh,
time.
I was a part of that. I
Combat.
was a part of that, bro. I was a part of that. I played the flute.
I got a computer that was specifically for VR, and I was working towards saving my money up to get a VR headset, and my parents actually had gotten me an Oculus Quest, which I used to actually just HDMI cable and use whatever that is.
Oh, snap. Okay,
Hook
okay.
up to
Are
my
you still on your
Oculus on the
original
computer.
Oculus Quest?
I have an Index, yes.
Dang, okay. You
I
got the
ended
big
up
money. Big
liking
money type of
VR
person.
so much.
Dang, so you've been playing VRChat ever since 2017. You've been around for a minute. You're old, like a grandma.
So I started playing VRChat. I started playing VRChat May 11th, 2020, and the reason why I remember the exact day is because that was actually my 18th birthday, and on my 18th birthday I'd gotten my first gaming laptop. I had already kind of planned on downloading VRChat and playing it once I got something that I could run it on. Yeah, and then I was on desktop and then VR and then full body and then the rest is history.
Damn, what a nerd. You remember the exact date? No, but...
This is my birthday!
I started playing on March 5th, 2021.
Oh my god, you
I
know
remember
the exact
It
date?
was my sister's birthday.
Oh my
It was
god.
my sister's birthday.
But so originally, how did you find out about VRChat? How did you find out that it was a thing? Was it through YouTube videos, mutual friends, things like that?
It was through YouTube. I think some of the people I would watch was, I think his name was Outfox Gaming. Outfox Gaming.
My name's Faye.
Actually.
America.
Yes.
America.
Yes, America.
Make hamburger country. Nice.
Well, it was just after I moved in with my dad, and I had just broken up with my ex, and our friend group was intertwined. So I had lost all my friends. I was looking for a place to make some new friends, jumping around Discords, games, whatnot. And one of my friends, Jack, he showed me this game, and I saw these anime girls walking around. I was like, oh my gosh! So I ordered my headset that night.
What headset did you get?
Well, first I got the Rift S, but then my mic broke a week later, so I got an Index.
That's crazy. Actually, I started with the Rift
Yeah.
and then I went to Index. Yeah, that's how it worked for me too.
Sometimes I spend all day in VRChat.
Yeah, that used to be me
So-
back in Damn, back when I lived in Vegas, I just played VRChat all day, man. It was fun. I had a lot of fun meeting new people, exploring all the different worlds, things like that. Yeah.
I would watch that dude that would do like Chris Reality, I
Oh,
think is his
I know what you're talking
name.
about,
He
yeah.
would do where he does like crazy shit in VR.
Yeah.
It's so funny, and I was just like, I like watching like a lot of like little compilations of like VRChat clips and stuff too, like just kind of like funny moments and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, like it was like so fun. Like I want to be a part of this so bad.
Okay, so we all started playing VRChat for different reasons at different points of time. But let's go all the way back to when it first started. So the year is 2014. I'm living out my life as a 7th grader in middle school. I was making YouTube videos playing Garry's Mod, Happy Wheels, unboxing different games, and posting to my heart's content. The PS4 and Xbox One also came out the year before. Gamers around the world were having a blast playing The Last of Us Remastered, Octodad, Outlast, and Star Wars Pinball. That's a classic. Everyone wanted to get their hands on these consoles, and they did because it wasn't very hard to get one. But in the background of all this, Facebook purchased Oculus for $2 billion. Mr. Zuck had big plans for his newly acquired company. But he wasn't the only person making moves in the virtual reality space. Valve successfully developed low persistence displays, which made lag-free and smear-free VR content possible. It seemed like Valve were looking to dip their toes into VR. All of this stuff happening while I was happily playing The Sims 4. Putting that aside, two people by the names Graham Gaylor and Jesse Jowdry will go on to create a new application for the Oculus DK1 called VRChat, an online virtual world where users can interact with each other in 3D avatars and worlds. The game, or rather application at the time, was very bare bones with players T-posing everywhere and the cursor on desktop mode not even locking to the middle of your screen. But what you see here is the foundation of what will soon become the VRChat that we know today. In total, VRChat had about 20 concurrent users who would meet up weekly to hang out with each other. This is where VRChat all began. And now, as we go through the years, we'll see how the game evolved.
Don't wanna hear you there. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you.
VRChat would go on to celebrate its first birthday in 2015. The game was slowly starting to grow in users. Here you can see footage from the birthday party. Champagne was offered, balloons were attached to the benches, and a shark. Worlds started to become more complex with people creating actual game worlds, theater rooms with working video players, worlds from other games or media, and beautiful imaginative creations. The devs were slowly improving on the game, fixing bugs and glitches and trying to figure out what the hell they wanted to do with the UI. Overall, a simple year for VRChat. One more thing to know is that during this year, HTC and Valve were going to unveil their newest device, the Vive, the first VR headset to introduce room scale tracking, meaning you could walk around freely in a play space rather than be stuck in a stationary position, which brought VR to the next level.
A whole new world. That's where we'll be. A thrilling journey.
2016 would see the official release of the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift. Consumers around the world can finally get their hands on VR. For a heavy price though. VR at the time was a much more niche market than it is now, with its high cost of entry into a new form of entertainment and gaming. The normal consumer looked at this and went, The devs over at VRChat were going to release some new features with the release of the Vive. They implemented full IK, meaning that your avatar can now move in a full range of motion. Full Vizemes allowed the audio coming from your mic to be processed and mapped to realistic mouth movements, and your avatars could finally blink with some basic eye tracking.
I don't even know if that's a fucking cat. Blink, motherfucker!
Finally, 3D spatialized audio was added, so now you could pinpoint exactly where an audio source was coming from. Users with the HTC Vive started appearing in VRChat, waving their hands around and stuff, while others were still stuck in desktop mode or VR combined with a controller. They also reworked the main menu to work with the new Vive controllers. At this point, VRChat still had a pretty small and humble community, but in 2017, the game would see its first big peak in player count. On February 1st, 2017, VRChat released on Steam. More people began making videos on the game or stream it over on Twitch. A very notable one, as well as being one of the earliest ones, being a YouTuber named Nags. He created his first VRChat video in August, titled VRChat Adventures, Weird House Party.
What happens when you have a virtual reality headset and you combine it with a virtual world of just random people talking and doing weird things? Well, that brings you to this video, so let's go talk to some random people in the virtual reality world.
It was his very first time playing, and there he experienced the chaotic nature of the game.
Everything you said, it sounded really canned. Man, everything I'm about to say, it's not pre-planned. Your tights are skinny. Shut up, leave me alone.
He would go on to create another video, and another one, and then another one. And eventually, these videos turned into a whole episodic series featuring himself as Joey Bagels, the character he played. As he went on with his adventures, he met a variety of different people and became friends with them. Some of these people would appear in his videos frequently and accompanied him as he went to go explore more worlds and get himself into more shenanigans. These videos provide hours of great content and gathered hundreds upon thousands of views. It's something I really enjoy looking back on, as that's when I first discovered VRChat. I laid down in my bed on school nights, binging through a bunch of them on my phone. But a lot of time has passed since then. Nags and the gang have mostly disbanded, with him moving on to creating other content and others going down their own path in life. Some of them still play VRChat, but it's not with the boys from 2018 anymore. So it's a huge coincidence that during the making of this video, Nags put out a VRChat video after 4 years. Crazy timing, I know. The idea of a virtual Wild West where you can do anything and be anything you wanted was very intriguing to me, and now here I am 5 years later. VRChat's average player count in 2017 boosted significantly, and 2018 would be the game's biggest year. VRChat gained massive exposure in 2018 thanks to Twitch streamers such as Pokelols, TSM Dyrus,
Now spit on me.
Lyric,
Oh yeah, so oh shit, dude, that's fucking Sonic's brother.
Soda Poppin',
Oh, mama.
Hey, do you know who I am? Just out of curiosity, or are you just like, this is what you do in your free time?
Not really.
You don't know? Okay, so this is like...
I mean, not really, and I don't really care.
No, it's perfect. I'm glad you don't. This is just what you do in your free... This is it. This is what you do. Huh.
I don't know exactly what you're trying to prove at all.
Nothing.
Okay, then how about you fuck off? Thanks. Yo, mama. Yo, mama. Yo, mama.
and again, YouTubers like Nags. Jameski and Drumsy, two very popular VRChat YouTubers, also appeared during this year. Fun fact. Plenty of talented creators began making tutorial videos on the game, usually regarding avatar and world creation, or videos sharing their adventures, which attracted more people to play the game. This was also the year of the Ugandan Knuckles meme, which I'm sure you know plenty about.
Smells like Ebola. It doesn't know the way. To know the way, you need to have Ebola.
The whole thing started when a YouTuber by the name of Gregzilla created a new video reviewing Sonic Lost Worlds. The video contained a 1-second clip of this very well drawn rendition of Knuckles, and then a user by the name of Tidy's Flyer would go on to create a 3D model of it, and the rest is history.
Hey, John, big pee-pee. Do not spit. We must pray for this one.
During this time, being a 10th grader in high school, I was spending a lot of my free time playing Fortnite.
Yes!
Yes! I got the last kill!
Let's freaking go! Oh my god.
Season 3 just started, and I wanted to unlock those battle pass rewards and stuff like putting Fortnite aside, I had just gone through a devastating event called a breakup. On top of that, I went through a bunch of stupid teenage drama, so a majority of my so-called friends turned their backs on me, so I was alone. I now had a lot of free time on my hands, no one to really worry about besides myself. So there I was on a random day watching YouTube videos in bed. I stumbled across Nag's VRChat videos about a year after he uploaded them. As I said before, I was super engaged in them, and that's when I decided to try it out for the first time. I didn't know what to expect from VRChat. I just sort of jumped around a lot of worlds, spoke with random folks, and became a very big fan of these bird avatars. They were really cool. I met my first friend and eventually became part of a friend group. I had a lot of fun with them. We explored a bunch of beautiful worlds, played a bunch of games, and some of the more experienced users in the group taught me about the more adult things in VRChat. I eventually got my first VR headset and now we're here. This year was the best time to join VRChat. When nobody knew what to do, mirror dwellers were minimal, and everyone just had fun.
What the heck? I will beat the shit out of you.
No, the way.
What a year it was to be a VRChat player. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. Speaking about everything that's going on behind the scenes with VRChat, they released their new trust and safety system, which is designed to give players more control over their game, allowing them to choose when and how they see avatar features. The most notable thing about this update were the brand new ranks. It's the same thing as other games that have a competitive ranking system. The better you perform, the higher your placement.
Just global elite, bro. Please global. Please global.
Along with this came a new update in the user interface. The color of your nameplate correlated with your trust rank. Naturally, this caused discrimination among some users with clashes between those of the higher and lower ranks. Besides that, the game continued to get bug fixes and more features such as the camera, which was also introduced during this year. Ooh, you know it's that time of year. VRChat held Spookality during the month of October, an annual Halloween contest. They did it in 2017, but I had some trouble finding documentation on it. Avatar and world creators submit their scariest creations for a chance to win some VRChat swag and have their stuff highlighted on VRChat's world list and on their website. Horror experiences are some of my favorite things to do in VRChat.
Look at her now, she's dead!
And speaking of Spookality, jam submissions for this year's event are now open. Check out VRChat's blog post on it for more details if you're interested. 2018 was a big year for VRChat, bringing along a massive amount of brand new players. Some of them probably being you guys. But if you're built different and started playing during a different period of time, leave a comment down below talking about how you first discovered VRChat so I can read it. New Year's Eve was celebrated with a Times Square map, based on the real location in New York City. It contained plenty of posters promoting different groups and individuals who all helped to contribute to making VRChat the place it is now. 2023 is not too far from now, so check it out once New Year's comes around as they change it up every single time. A year later, Oculus released the Oculus Quest, the first VR headset of its kind. Not really. It's a standalone device that can run games and software by itself without the need of a PC. At the same time as its release date, VRChat released their game for the Quest platform. It was the first time that the community would sort of split into two, the PC players and the Quest players.
I hope PC players burn.
What the
Kidding,
fuck?
I did not mean
Boom, motherfucker! The two of them could still play with each other as long as the world that they were in was Quest compatible. But the Quest wasn't the only headset to be released this year. A month later, the Valve Index was released. A top-of-the-line VR headset targeted towards enthusiasts for a whopping $1,000. When I first saw this, I was like, huh, $1,000? Who the hell would ever buy such an expensive VR headset? A lot of people wanted their hands on this headset with these great specs and the controllers that came with it. Ah, the Index controllers. A one-of-a-kind device that features an array of 87 sensors, which allows them to track your hand position, finger position, motion, and pressure to create a better hand presence while in VR.
Oh man, Twice, that Valve Index kit looks really cool, but I only have a Quest 2 because it's just too expensive.
Worry not, little person. The Quest 2 stock leaves much to be desired, but allow me to introduce you to Kiwi Design, today's sponsor. Kiwi Design offers a variety of different VR accessories to improve your metaverse experience. Have these controller covers. They offer greater comfort and protection. The elastic cord offers great adjustability to fit your hand size, and the battery door allows quick and easy access to the battery compartment so that you can easily replace it without having to remove the entire cover. I even got them in your favorite color.
But black isn't even my favorite.
I know the original head strap really sucks, so check out this upgraded Elite strap, which is an absolute must for the Quest 2. That old facial interface, you might as well throw that in the trash and pick up this upgraded fitness one. The bracket provides good ventilation to keep you cool during high intensity play sessions, and it comes with a leather pad and a sports cloth pad, both of which are machine washable. Check out Kiwi Design's website by using the referral link in the description. Support for the Valve Index controllers was added to VRChat shortly after its release, and a couple days after that, they also added proper volume sliders. 2019 was another humble year for VRChat, but at the turn of the decade, around the entire globe, came the unexpected.
My fellow Americans, tonight I want to speak with you about our nation's unprecedented response to the coronavirus outbreak that started in China and is now spreading throughout the world.
On January 9, 2020, the World Health Organization announced that a mysterious virus has appeared in Wuhan, China, later to be known as the coronavirus, or COVID-19. A couple of weeks later, a Washington state resident became the very first person in the United States with a confirmed case. As time went on, the world started taking precautions in order to stop the spread, as it was quickly discovered that it could be transmitted from person to person. Global air travel restrictions, stay-at-home orders, school shutdowns, and my whole class trip to Japan that I worked so hard for was cancelled. COVID-19 was declared a pandemic. For some, it really sucked. For others, well, nothing changed. Except for this new addition to our lives.
What are we learning today? Does anyone want to tell me I come to class late? And no one wants to tell me why? Why? Tell me reason!
One could describe this whole thing as incredibly boring. Being stuck at home meant that human contact and socialization became scarce. As humans, an active social life is important to our mental health. So, what could we do? I mean, we couldn't go outside. Thousands of people found their homes in VRChat. It was the universe, but meta. Or what? During the month of March, a large number of new players started playing the game, helping plenty of people, including myself, fill in that social void.
I can get on my knees and I can suck you off if you really want that. Do you want that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alright.
Let's get started. I have a lot of fond memories during this period of time. I met a lot of great people, created a lot of memories. Yes, and also I believe in love at first sight.
But I'm a guy.
Interesting. Alright. And it helped me get over my canceled trip, as did some of my other friends. What were you doing during that time when the COVID shutdowns happened?
Honestly, nothing.
Okay, well.
It didn't really affect me as much as a lot of other people, especially once I discovered VRChat. Like, everyone was just complaining, oh, I can't see my friends, I can't go out and stuff like that. And that's just me fucking putting on my little headset and fucking talking to people in VRChat. So.
I found that VRChat was a really good way of socializing and making friends. And especially since the whole lockdown, like you said, we couldn't go anywhere. And with the downside of me having one of those required jobs, I had to go to work every single day. A lot of my friends didn't. So therefore, it was a good way for me to come home. And they were already there waiting for me, essentially. Because they didn't have work or whatever, school or whatever it was that they needed to do.
VRChat helped me a ton during COVID. I had nowhere to go. I just moved states, so I had no IRL. All my IRL friends were back in Miami, so VRChat helped me connect with everyone, you know?
Because I'm immunocompromised, I couldn't really go out, especially since they were still pushing the vaccines and the masks. VRChat's helped me a lot with my social anxiety. In VRChat, you're constantly talking to people, that's all it is, so I get to practice talking to people without the pressure of them seeing me. I actually found this club called NFFC. It's for people with social anxiety. That's really helped me a lot too.
Damn, I've never heard that. This is my first time hearing about it, actually. Is it a club within VRChat?
Yeah, it's run by OK Kuro. It's called No Friends Friends Club. He runs
No Friends Friends Club.
You make friends there and practice talking
yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
and interacting. It's really nice.
But anyways, that's the whole thing. That was just, short little interview, nothing crazy.
Woo,
yeah.
Easy.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, that's the interview. You did it. There we go. That's the second interview finished. One more question, In 1861, when the Civil War started, what are your thoughts on that? Thank you to Sleepy, Azuki, and Nami for letting me talk to them about their time on VRChat. Sleepy has a world filled with characters from Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact that you can check out if you'd like. Azuki is an up-and-coming avatar creator with their first model for sale on Gumroad, and Nami is a VTuber who Twitch streams daily. You can check all of them out at the links in the description below. Now back at the VRChat headquarters, they introduced VRChat Udon, a custom programming language built just for VRChat. I'm not very Unity smart, so to sum it up, Udon allowed worlds to become much more sophisticated than you could previously, increasing the potential of what could be created. Along with that came a new networking and IK system, Avatars 3.0 giving creators full control over their models, which also brought along the action menu and much more. Like all of us, the devs over at VRChat have families. They have bills they need to pay, food to put on the table. But VRChat's a free game, so where were they supposed to get a stream of income? Do you want VRChat Plus?
Yeah.
Here, I got you. I'll buy you VRChat Plus. Give me a second.
I'm gonna.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Listen. Okay. Listen. I know another person.
Introducing VRChat Plus, a subscription service that gives you access to extra features and goodies such as a profile picture, more avatar favorites, and this cool little badge showing off to other players that, yes, I am supporting the future development of this game. With VRChat Plus came a new update in the nameplates. Trust ranks could no longer be seen off the bat. Instead, you just have to open your quick menu to see it. On the content side of VRChat, with everyone stuck indoors, came more time to be on the computer. People started making short films in VRChat, which is fucking awesome. And the game started appearing more often on YouTube, with more creators emerging out of the blue. And popular Twitch streamers such as XQC going through a phase of exclusively playing VRChat for a certain period of time.
The big whale at the back! Big whale!
No!
Get the whale out! Snorlax, I do not choose you! Get the fuck off the stage!
One of the most important things that happened this year was the release of the Oculus Quest 2, the successor to the previous one. It featured updated hardware, a similar but lighter design, and a better display, all for a low price of $300. Finally, low-cost VR for the masses.
An Oculus Quest?
Every parent was getting their kids a Quest 2 for Christmas. Virtual reality saw its first big boom into mainstream media, and with that came much more younger players into VRChat.
Whoa, my game crashed!
Playing VRChat during this period of time made it very apparent to me that, yeah, people hate kids. One issue that stems from this is that VRChat doesn't really have any way of separating your normal wholesome content from your 18+ adult juice stuff, which is stuff that kids definitely shouldn't be looking at. But what can the devs do to prevent this? I don't fucking know. VRChat ended the year by releasing VRChat Plus in December. So there you have 2020. It was a crazy year for all of us with COVID happening and everything. And now we move on to 2021. To start off the year, VRChat released a new invite messages feature, which is pretty cool, but I honestly don't use a lot of what it has to offer. And then a couple of months later, they held a special dev stream where they spoke about all different types of stuff regarding VRChat and its future. They addressed the various bugs that plague VRChat, such as an audio bug, where you literally couldn't hear anyone anymore, and the 11 FPS bug, which caused your FPS to get stuck at 11. After that, they spoke about some of the more exciting news, which were the new features coming to VRChat. A brand new quick menu, avatar dynamics allowing you to better interact with avatars, VRChat physics bones being introduced as a much faster alternative to dynamic bones, the identity update coming out a couple weeks later after the live stream, which allowed users to go more in depth on their profile, a creator economy, which currently doesn't exist, VRChat groups, which currently doesn't exist, Udon updates, and much more. I remember being very excited about the new quick menu. Although functionally similar to the original one, I'm a very big fan of simple UI changes. On June 16th, VRChat released the Regions update, which added Europe,
You dumb? Are you getting rude to man? That's what you get, fam.
and Japan regions to the game. When creating an instance, you can now choose between the different regions, allowing those who live in certain areas of the world to have lower ping and a better overall experience. And then in the same month, they secured $80 million in funding from investors. $80 million. Pocket change for someone like me. On August 4th, VRChat stopped using that old 2018 version of Unity and updated to 2019.4.29F1, whatever that means. Bug fixes, and more bug fixes. A new and improved avatar fallback system was introduced. Those who didn't meet your performance rank settings no longer had to be gray robots. Instead, they could be a banana or a block of butter. Spookality 2021 happened, and finally, the new quick menu was released. Not only did it look nicer, but it also introduced wings. These little things on the sides that you can customize to your liking. During the month of Christmas, they introduced VRChat Plus gifting. Finally, I can now buy VRChat Plus for that one e-girl I found at the Black Cat, so maybe she'll like me more and we can go out together. Quest players finally got a camera, a new US East region was added, and once again during New Year's, the VRChat Square World was released.
Mormon, look at you up there.
Where?
It had community created posters, food trucks if you got hungry, and different booths. And thus closed off another year of VRChat. A special one for me as it was the year that I started making a bunch of VRChat content and surrounded my whole channel around VR. Finally, we are at the last year that I'll be covering in this video. Before I talk about what happened this year, let's all close our eyes for a moment and take a quick rest break for a minute or two as this video has been going on for quite a while. Okay, we're done. OSC was added with the first major update of 2022. A part of a new API for putting data in and out of VRChat, which allowed you to do crazy things with VRChat such as link a heart rate monitor to your avatar, connect the MIDI instrument to play for people, and much more. Avatar dynamics went live during April. Give your friends a high five, pat them on the head, manipulate their avatars. This update was a pretty good one. IK 2.0 was released, which brought along a bunch of improvements regarding tracking and full body. They added support for 11-point tracking. What the fuck? Elbow positioning was better, motion and pose handling was better, and for the full body folks out there, you no longer had to calibrate every single time you switched avatars. It was a great update for full body users such as myself, but for my other friends, they already had proper IK by using a mod named IK Tweaks. Hey dude, did you see the brand new IK update? Yeah, as a matter of fact I did. It's so cool dude, look how good I move now. That's really cool Twice, but I already have improved IK. What do you mean? It just came out the other day. Not the update, silly. I'm talking about a mod I'm using called IK Tweaks. Mods? You can use mods in this game? I've been using it for months now, so I don't have to wait for VRChat to release it. Yeah, it's really great. I have a ton of new features that improves my VRChat experience. The security update is by far the most controversial update thus far, with the implementation of Easy Anti-Cheat. This prevented the use of mods and clients within VRChat. One thing to note was that although you couldn't play VRChat and Elden Ring at the same time, you could play VRChat and Fortnite. The modding community around VRChat is very strong. A lot of the mods created added a ton of new features to VRChat, and added a lot of quality of life features that helped improve the core experience. And this is the main reason that there was such a huge backlash. By adding Easy Anti-Cheat, you're essentially getting rid of all of this, and everyone had to go back to playing on the vanilla client, which of course didn't have all the cool things that you would get with mods. The reason VRChat did this was because
modified clients are a large problem for VRChat in a variety of ways. Malicious modified clients allowed users to attack and harass others, causing a huge amount of moderation issues. Even seemingly non-malicious modifications complicate the support and development of VRChat, and make it impossible for VRChat creators to work within the expected documented bounds of VRChat.
VRChat went under heavy scrutiny, and at the center of it all was Tupper, the community manager for VRChat. I have never seen a single person get so much hate in such a short period of time.
I remember when I used to look like that guy over there. Who, me?
I think while all of this was going down, he was in Canada chilling. The VRChat Discord was filled with a lot of people voicing their opinions on this update. A majority of it was negative, as you can imagine. On top of that, people began canceling their VRChat Plus subscriptions, and the Steam page was bombed with negative reviews. VRChat's reputation was tarnished. Players began migrating to different social VR games such as Chill Out VR, Rec Room, and Neos VR to name a few. Their player count dropped by about 3,000 players. Keep in mind that these are only the Steam numbers, and this list doesn't include the Quest population. Both Neos VR and Chill Out VR saw a big boost in players in the days after the security update. And Rec Room, I don't think anything happened with Rec Room. Since then, the devs have been very quick to push out a ton of new features and quality of life changes into the game. Some might say suspiciously quick. Portable mirrors, particle limiters, chat boxes, and more. And from there, we're left with a couple more things. The devs are pushing out more and more updates as we speak, and a new main menu is in the works, which you can try out if you go to the open beta version of the game. It looks pretty cool. Everything has calmed down, and VRChat still remains as the top VR social app. What will happen in the years coming forward? Who knows? But what I know for sure is that I'm gonna go to sleep, because this video took me so long to make. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It took me months to make, so I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Be sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter page as well, I frequent those places. And finally, if you would like to help fund future projects and videos, be sure to check out my Patreon page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.